It's Madden NFL 23, where we'll see a rematch from Super Bowl 24. It's the Niners and the Broncos under the lights on Sunday night.
A terrific night for football as EA Sports takes us to Empower Field at Mile High in the capital city of Denver, Colorado. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the Denver Broncos. And hi again, everybody. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, when you and I were going through our final run-throughs at breakfast, we kept thinking tonight we're going to get to see a couple of very good passing offenses.
And we're talking about both sides having multiple receivers that can have an impact on this game. It's not just one guy that's going to make all the plays. If you take him away, maybe number 2, number 3, they make the big plays that impact who wins the game.
And off we go from Denver. Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. 49ers offense trots out for their first series, and they're led by the 3rd overall pick for the 2021 draft out of North Dakota State, Trey Lance.
In recent years, we've seen a lot of love for North Dakota State in the NFL draft, and Trey Lance, he's a great example of what the Bison are sending to the league each and every year. This guy looks like a franchise quarterback. He wants his opportunity to prove it to the rest of the league.
They'll start with a run by Mitchell, and he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4, 2nd and 6.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 for the Niners there and a 1st down.
And that's how you get started and open up a game. Really well-blocked play. Picked up a nice chunk of yardage. And if you're the offensive line, that's exactly what you've talked about all week long in your meetings. Establish the line of scrimmage and take control. And they gave their running back plenty of room to rumble.
That's right, baby. Play it to the game. Let's do it. It's showtime, baby.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a 2nd down. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
On 2nd down, here's Mitchell, and he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Next, the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
And now they'll throw with Lance. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 25-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. First down, here's Mitchell. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 12 more yards there and another first down. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Lance on the keeper, and across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Trey Lance, a 3-yard run as he kept it himself. And the Niners will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. They got to love that. 9-play drive results in 6 points.
That means they're doing the dictating. That means that they've described how the game's going to go. They're playing at their tempo, at their pace. If you're on the other side of the ball, if you're playing defense, defense is not methodical. They've got to go in there and shake things up and create a little havoc.
Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. So that drive, 80 yards, 9 plays. And it was Trey Lance taking it in himself to cap the drive with a touchdown run. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. Now here's Russell Wilson, 11th season in the league. First, of course, with Denver after a high-profile trade this offseason that saw him dealt from Seattle.
And similar to his nickname, Russell Wilson has a dangerous mix of skills, the ability to throw from the pocket and extend plays and throw on the run. Not to mention an absolute winner. Usually has his team in the playoffs competing for Super Bowl opportunities.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Flushed out right. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Well, that's certainly not the start that they envisioned, Charles. You give up the long touchdown drive, and there, an interception on their first play from scrimmage.
Brandon, I wonder if the mindset was simply, well, that was a long touchdown drive. Their defense might be a little relaxed and feel like, hey, we're in good shape now having 7 in hand. Maybe they just thought, let's take the shot at them right now. Instead, it went against them.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
49 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Now, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
On first down, they go back to Mitchell. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Shifts by at the 15, and he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos 14. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on third down. And Lance now to throw. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The drive stays alive, a third down gain of 8. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Oh, how about this on first and goal? And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Here's the option, running right, and he is going to lose yardage here. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
And now can they reverse the trend on third and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Working from the gun, Lance. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
Fourth down field goal try coming, so Lance is off, and on comes Robbie Gould from 28 yards out. The kick by Gould is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. Fields it right around the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands. Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance, knew it wasn't third down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
On 2nd and 10, Wilson. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack.
6 sacks for Eric Armstead last season, his 7th with the San Francisco 49ers. As others have stepped in to help him with the pass rush, he's been able to make his presence felt in other ways with a new career high in overall tackles.
It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack. Operating from the gun, Wilson. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Here's Sam Martin now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain night, and it's a good one. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. As San Francisco's offense returns to the field, they're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Lance. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Only able to gain a couple there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. From the gun, a give to Mitchell. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. Screen play, setting it up for Mitchell. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
They fake the handoff. Now Lance. That's another one complete to Mitchell. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Right back to him for 10 more and a first.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Don't give him enough. Don't give him enough. This game time. Do your thing. Let's go. All right, I'm going now.
So the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Lance to throw it. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Catch by Brandon Ayuk there, and you can see the potential he has to be a big-time playmaker. Over 800 yards as an NFL sophomore, still chasing that first 1,000-yard season. Nice catch there to move the chains.
On first down, Lance.
Forced out to his left.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
And Lance again going to keep it. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. A nice run there. He calls his own number, gets the first down, and then slides to a stop before he has to take any contact.
And that absolutely has to please this coaching staff because you know they've been drilling into his head. You're no good to us on the sidelines if you're not playing, right? If you have to be over here full-time with us, that doesn't work so well. We need you on the field, so sliding like that, they'll take that every time.
Now they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Mitchell is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Once more with Mitchell. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Lance now on 3rd and goal. That's to the sideline and complete. A nifty job to make the catch, but the throw took him right out of bounds. No gain at all on the play there, and that'll bring up 4th down. If you're going to pass down here, you better get that in the end zone.
I agree with you totally, and as we both know, the field's already condensed. There's just not a lot of space, so you've got to create some by getting some people downfield into the end zone. If you want to throw it short, you've got to have some movement, some room in order to do that. That one didn't work.
The kick by Gold is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no wind. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
Now it's Gold after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Broncos about set to go on offense.
They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Now Wilson. Dancing to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson
Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Let's do our thing. Let's do our thing. That's what I'm talking about.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
On 4th down, Sam Martin is on to punt for the Broncos.
The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and out will come the offense as they take over.
Elijah Mitchell ready to get back to work with the rest of the 49er offense.
It may just be the 2nd quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're with...
Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose.
It's picked up by the Broncos. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And that'll make it 13-7. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Well, this offense and Elijah Mitchell coming back onto the field now.
He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets it down to the 32. A big play there for the Niners. 46 yards.
Well, for Trey Lance, not only was he the youngest quarterback in the 2021 draft class, but many say he had the strongest arm too, and he showed it off here.
And that's how you start a drive, because you know they had this play in their back pocket, waiting for the right time to unleash it. And boy, did they pick the right opportunity. Unleashed it big time, and that was also a big-time throw.
And the final number of the next-gen stats, that ball traveling a full 59 yards through the air.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Now Lance. Got a man, that's Ayuk.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
15 more yards there, and quickly another 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And now it's 2nd down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Lance looks to throw again.
And it's complete to Mitchell.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. To throw, it's Lance.
And it's caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
They'll run with Mitchell.
And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
They'll try to run with Mitchell.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown.
Elijah Mitchell
Punching it in from a yard away.
And the 49ers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Now Gold for the extra point. And the lead is now 13. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
Don't give him nothing.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down.
This one complete to Jerry Jeudy.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. To throw again on second down. Wilson. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Lance looking to throw it.
And this one is incomplete.
I'll give them credit winning that first snap and forcing an incompletion. They're hoping that'll deflate the offense a little bit after they took the field charged up after taking over after a turnover.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Throwing now is Lance.
Flush to his right. Looking sideline, incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds a defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
And Lance going to throw.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I thought that was a completed pass until he came in and forced the ball from his hands. Not only did he make a nice play, he brings up 4th down.
4th down field goal try coming, so Lance is off, and on comes Robbie Gould. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. The kick by Gold is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken in at the 3. And he returns this to the 22. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. It's a gain of 6, and that will be the final play of this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, BG, thanks very much, and welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports Halftime Report. First up, though, a look at the next-gen stats for the Niners in that first half. And a big part of their success on the scoreboard is their success in the running game. Over 100 yards as a team in those first 2 quarters of play.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. And the Bronco offense ready to begin this third quarter of play. Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well. Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. A third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Eluding the pressure right. And that will be incomplete.
I'm sure there was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Denver. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And they will take over 1st and 10. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. Lance and the 49ers now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. And they'll begin by running the option. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the first. It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball, but the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A shotgun handoff to Mitchell. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 74 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. From midfield, here's Lance. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 yards for number 11.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Here's Lance. Being chased out left. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
We have so many different terms for 3rd down, 3rd and short, 3rd and long, 3rd and manageable. How about 3rd and medium? Because that's what this one was. The defense looked like they had him hemmed in, but he gets away, evades the rush, and picks up just enough for the 1st down.
Lance now on 1st down. That's complete to the tight end, Werner. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a 1st down, a nice, consistent gain.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. And now a fumble. The ball's out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
This is really, really difficult for teams to coach because you love the extra effort, right? When he break a couple of tackles, I mean, he was really trying to gain the extra yardage, but you also have to have an idea that people are going to come up behind you from the side trying to take care of the ball while you're trying to get extra effort. Sometimes you have to know when to say when and maybe just go down.
They'll try and get the ground game going. Here's Gordon. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Let's go, baby. Turn it up.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Here's Sam Martin now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now, they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief that you still have the lead. But coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they've got a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 85 yards rushing now for Mitchell. He's got a 1st down.
And where did this kid come from last season? Overlooked leading up to the year, he then goes for nearly 1,000 yards in just 11 games. He's a top 10 rusher as a rookie and should be a centerpiece of San Francisco's offense moving forward.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
Now that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop it.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
And now they'll throw with Lance. Escaping the pressure right.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Well, this has certainly turned into a showcase game for what he can do on the ground because they're just continuing to give him chances to run it, and he's earning every additional carry by putting up positive yardage on each run.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the 4th and final quarter. Meanwhile, Lance's throw complete here to Ayuk.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Let's go now. Let's go, man. Let's go.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 13-yard line. 13 yards down to the 13.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They run over center with Mitchell.
Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees, and the offensive guys are just saying.
And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers.
Elijah Mitchell.
His 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Niners have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. Well, I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up first downs, and if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
Gold to add the extra point. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together. And give his leg a rest.
Let's go. Me and you, baby. Me and you. Do your thing. Come on, baby. Get it going, baby. Let's go, fellas. You know what we need, baby. Let's go. What's the deal, y'all? Let's go, boy. Let's go.
Working with a 2nd and 4. Wilson. He's going to drop this one down to Gordon. That one a first down pickup of 8.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Play action. Now Wilson. Flushed out right. And his pass incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Wilson. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A couple of veterans, Wilson to Sutton there for the Bronco first. Those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Throwing again here, Wilson. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now it's Wilson. That's complete. It's Greg Dulcich. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
I have a few questions about that throw because to me there just wasn't a lot there. I thought he tried to do a little bit too much, almost tried to will a receiver open when there was no chance he was going to be. Nice job by the linebacker being all over that one and knocking it away.
A throw over the middle taken in and inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Four yards remain for 2nd down. To throw is Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing is Wilson. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, They don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They come up on a fourth down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Here we go. It's Wilson on fourth down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the 49ers are going to get the football back. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. So the victory here for San Francisco, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.